When we think about core strength for handstand, we often think about hours and hours of hollow body holds. And while I'm all for hollow body holds and the full body tension that trains, it's not necessarily the best way to train for stability in your handstand. When you're upside down, you don't need to be contracting your abs in this way to hold a handstand. What you want is you just want stability around 360 degrees of your midsection. In my program, Handstand Building Blocks, which is a collaboration with Kate Galliot, we train the core in many different ways so that you get the stability that you need upside down. So we train that anterior core stability like you would get in your hollow body hold, but we also train posterior core stability, lateral core stability, and rotary core stability so that you have that strength everywhere that you need it upside down. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 of my favorite exercises from our program that train your core in 360 degrees, okay? And this is what gives you that stability and strength when you're upside down trying to balance on your hands.
Okay, a couple of quick tips to remember with this drill. Number 1, whether you're on the ball or on the floor, you want to keep your elbows straight but not locked. So you'll have some softness to them so that they can absorb force as you move. In addition, you want to keep a nice hollow body position, meaning you'll slightly tip your pelvis posterior or tuck your butt under, you'll squeeze the glutes, and you'll hide your rib cage inside the front of your torso, and you'll maintain that the entire time. If when you roll out or you walk out, you have your back start to arch on you and create some extension like this, then you know you've gone too far, and you want to only work in the range where you can maintain this body line with this head position the entire time. Okay, a couple of quick tips for this drill. When you go to lift one arm and the opposite leg, you'll want to lift from the shoulder joint and from the glute. You'll be using your entire posterior chain of your body, but to help you focus in on a nice long line of lifting, think glute and glenohumeral joint as your primary driver. The alternative would be if you were to lift using your low back to do the entire work, and you get a hinge point right through here. You see that there's a lot more height, but it's not as much working through the entire posterior chain down the glute and the leg. The other quick tip with this is when you lift one arm and the opposite leg, imagine reaching the fingertips out to the wall on your distance and your toes to the opposite wall so that you grow longer through your spine as you do that.
So for this drill, you're going to lift up by pushing down through that shoulder. You're going to think about your alignment, so your shoulder stacked over each other and your hips are stacked over each other. The other important thing is that your head is in a nice neutral position, so it's not forward, tucked under, or down or up.
Okay, a couple of quick tips for the Palloff press. You want to affix a band to a very secure, sturdy object because you don't want to be pulling the band into you if it releases from the object. So what Kirsty's going to do is grab her band in her hands, and she's going to put her hands in front of her sternum. So you don't want to be stepped out so far that you can't get the band to your sternum. You want to be close enough that you can get that alignment set. Then you'll get your feet ready. You're in a sport ready stance, so feet are about shoulder width apart, knees are soft. Hips are sitting just slightly back. You'll brace tension through your torso, and then you want to press your arms straight out in front of you, keeping them in that line with your sternum the entire time. The band will want to pull you towards its anchor point, and of course you're going to be using your torso muscles and your shoulders to resist that from happening. As you bring it back in with slow controlled motion to your chest, again, make sure that it doesn't pull you towards the anchor point, and then start your next rep pushing out. You can make this harder by stepping further away from your anchor point. You can make it easier by stepping a little bit closer. Okay, a couple of quick tips for the rolling drill. Once you've elevated your arms and your legs and you've got that nice long body, remember, no hinge point here. Diversify and spread out the work through your entire posterior chain. Once you've got that, you're going to start your roll. You'll do that by moving with a controlled fashion, trying to flip yourself over onto your backside. Do it without thrusting an arm or a leg out in any other direction. You see how slow and controlled Kirsty is doing the rolling motion so that she can land on her back. Wherever your arms and legs start, you do want to try to keep them there for the duration of the roll.